And welcome inside the Mike's Fitness Equipment studio. My name is Pep Fernandez, and it's our first in-studio inland sports show of 2020. We appreciate you checking it out. And a big thanks to our friends here at Teen Vision TV 16. 2020 is going to be our best year yet, and we're kicking things off in a big way tonight. We're going to talk some high school basketball with Arlington head coach John Seydel, who just got his 500th career victory. And also a little bit later in the show, we're going to talk some wrestling. Caleb Trumbull from Canyon Springs High School just won a Riverside County championship, and he pinned everybody en route to the title. So we'll talk to Caleb as well. But you know, on this show, we made a vow last year, and we're continuing that vow in 2020 to talk high school football in every single show. And we're going to kind of wrap up the 2019 season with a star player, the star linebacker for the Temecula Valley Golden Bears. He's in the house with us right now. It's the great Anson Pulsifer. And Anson, first off, thanks for coming up and joining us in studio today. My first question for you, and I kind of briefly joked with you off the air, was how many Pulsifers are there? Because there's been so many great football-playing Pulsifers. Can you go down the list? And I think, are you the baby?
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
The baby boy? Okay. Yeah. So take me down the Pulsifer family tree right now.
Yeah, so from the oldest, we have Austin, and then Andrew, okay, Adam, Addison. They all played football. And then my sister Aubrey, which is just right above me, and then, yeah, I'm the last one.
You're the baby boy, huh?
Yeah.
So it was just kind of, I guess, in the DNA, right? Like your brothers played, and did you always just kind of gravitate towards football? Were you hanging out on the sidelines as your older brothers were playing?
Yeah, I mean, my first game that I went to at TV, I was, like 2 months old. So I've always loved football, and it's definitely in the family, and, we all love it, so.
Now, you're going to be headed to Stanford. What, preferred walk-on, is it?
Yeah, correct.
So we'll talk about the Cardinal in a second, but first, man, championship season for the Temecula Valley Golden Bears, Southwestern League champions. When you look back on this season, do you try to just soak in all those moments along the way? Because there's so many special moments for the Golden Bears this year.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like every game something more was accomplished, and it's definitely cool to look back, and then, in a few months we'll have a ring to show for it all, so it'll be nice.
So you guys win the Division 7 championship, but man, it wasn't easy. I wasn't at all the games. I was at some of them, but I saw the scores coming in on Friday nights, and I'm like, man, those Golden Bears have battles every single Friday night in the playoffs. Going back to the quarterfinals, I was at that game at Carter for a little bit. First half, I got to be honest, didn't look good for you guys. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this could be the end. I think Carter's going to advance here. But you guys found a way to win in overtime. But those three close games in the quarters, the semis, and the championship game in Division 7, talk about that run. Have you ever been in that many close games and week to week? I mean, you guys were living on the edge for 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I mean, we were, at the end of the games, we were all just beat. But, I think halftime of that Carter game, we all talked together where we said, we don't want it to be our last game, and so we came out that second half real fired up, and that continued through the next two games, and won that championship. It was really fun.
When you got to the end of the season, do you look back on that stretch and think, how did we pull that off? Like, oh my gosh, like overtime games, game-winning touchdowns in the final seconds, and in the semis and the finals. I mean, it was unbelievable the way you guys were able to find ways to win at the end.
Yeah, looking back at it, you see, like, if we lost, now we see what could have, or what is.
Yeah.
But if we lost, what could have been, and it's, I'm happy that we didn't lose, so, yeah.
Now, I know you guys, you made the state playoffs in that SoCal Regional. It didn't go your way at El Camino down in Oceanside, but aside from that, man, the CIF championship, the Southwestern League title, I mean, it was one of the greatest years in Temecula Valley history. I mean, you're pretty proud of what the senior class specifically was able to do at TV.
Oh, absolutely. I think, one of, if not the best senior classes TV has had, just talent-wise, and so the state run was kind of the cherry on top,
yeah.
But CIF was the main goal, and so.
So you guys win the Division 7 championship, and Coach Esposito, one of the good guys out there, and he turned that Temecula Valley program. You know, not that it was bad, but he obviously took you guys to a different level. You beat Vista Marietta this year. You tied for that Southwestern League title. You won a CIF championship. What was it like playing for Coach Esposito this year? Because he wins everywhere he goes, and I just knew it was a matter of time before the Golden Bears would be on top.
It was, from my sophomore year, 0-10, just a complete change. Expecting to win, going into a game, not like, oh, I hope we get it, but, feeling, terrible for a loss. Mm-hmm. So it's just the mindset of, the expectation is to win championships. So
now, as we mentioned, you're going to be at Stanford in the fall. Man, what was it about Stanford? Obviously, you must have not just great grades, but like phenomenal grades, because they don't let anybody just walk into Stanford. But what was it about the Cardinal? Maybe it was about what you want to major in. Maybe it was about the football coaches, the environment. What was it about Stanford?
Since, I don't know, middle school, elementary school, I've been watching, college football all the time, and Stanford was just one of those powerhouse teams, and just the total combination of academics and athletics is just amazing there. And, they're so welcoming with, whatever, career path you want to pursue. And yeah.
So what do you want to pursue? Have you thought about what your major might be?
Human biology, which is, possibly become a doctor. Yeah, we'll see.
Human biology sounds like something like Spider-Man would study in college. But you mentioned all your football playing brothers. What schools did they end up going to?
Oldest was at Yale, and the next three were BYU.
So that, you had to go somewhere good, right?
Yeah.
And then you will be going on a mission. So you'll go to Stanford for a semester, and then on a mission, and then you'll come back to the Cardinal.
Yeah, absolutely. And they were totally, good for that decision. It's very
accommodating, right?
Accommodating, yeah, that's the word.
Because like Centennial, we mentioned the Centennial quarterback Tanner McKee, who was sensational for the Huskies, doing kind of the same thing on a 2-year mission. He's going to come back and probably be better than ever for the Stanford Cardinal, playing quarterback someday. But yeah, so you're going to get football and you're going to get a world-class education in the same place. Man, your parents must be doing something right. All their kids are going off and getting these great educations and playing football. Talk about maybe your parents. Maybe give them a shout out right now, because obviously parents are a huge reason why like a lot of these student athletes are successful.
It's kind of funny, because some of the parents that work with my mom and dad, they're always like, man, you need to like write a book. How do you do it? And they always joke about it, play it off, but some people really want to know. So yeah, I don't know what the secret is, but a lot of hard work. And
what are they feeding you guys? Maybe it's in the food or something. But and your sister as well. I don't want to leave her out. Yeah. But your brothers, covering football here on the Inland Sports Show. I told you I saw Adam at the NFF award banquets last March, and just an awesome guy. Delivered a powerful speech to all the high school football players that were there in attendance. So. A great legacy with the Pulsifer family. This championship, you said you were getting your ring soon. Have you got sized up, and is there going to be a ceremony for all that?
Yeah, we got it sized the week right before winter break, and we'll have a little dinner in a month or two or whenever they come. So yeah.
Do you think about that championship run much? You just had winter break, so you probably had a little bit of downtime, I guess, from school, and obviously with the football season coming to a close, and maybe some time around family and friends. But did you think about it much? Like, man, I can't believe we just did that. We're Temecula Valley. We just won a CIF title.
It's cool to look back, because kind of in the moment you're just playing the next game. You're just winning games, and it's look back that only Southern Section, only 14 teams have that 2019 CIF championship, so it's cool to see.
Now, Anson, if I asked you what position do you play, what would you tell me? Linebacker. Okay. So in the semifinals and the championship games, you had the game-winning touchdown in both those games. Were you playing a little bit of offense throughout the season, kind of set the table, or was it just like Esposito was like, hey, get out there, let's see if you can catch the football? Because you must have been playing a little bit of offense along the way, right?
Yeah, the last 2 years, pretty much, I've been both sides of the ball. kind of a slot receiver fullback position. I always prefer defense, but they put me in there, and I do whatever I can, but I'm not a receiver. So yeah, I do my best. But
do you ever just laugh? You're like, man, how did the linebacker catch the game-winning touchdown?
It is kind of funny. I mean, the play wasn't designed for me. It was just a semifinal.
Yeah.
Breakdown play, and it was.
That was against the Cypress was the championship, right?
Yeah.
And then the semifinals was West Ranch?
Correct, yeah. And so, yeah, it was just a miracle.
Yeah, I saw the video come in, and I'm like, he had the game-winning touchdown again? Like, how is this happening? But I was super excited for you. But I'm like, oh my gosh, Anson Pulsifer's out there making plays on offense. Besides your 150-plus tackles that you had on the season, I think you had 7 interceptions as well to kind of anchor that Temecula Valley defense. But I love to always give shout-outs to the other guys. You had like a lot of great players on this Temecula Valley team. Who were some of the other seniors that I know, because it takes a village? It was more than just the Anson Pulsifer show. There was a lot of great players on this Temecula Valley team.
Yeah, absolutely. I think our D-line was, best in the league. Every day I'd go up to the DN right in front of me, J-Max, who's going to UCLA. I'm like, J-Max, trust you. He's pretty much giving me all the tackles. So that's and the interceptions, QB.
Disrupting the QB.
Yeah, so our D-line, which, J-Max and then Josh Hilton on the other side, and obviously Brody in the secondary, and our linebackers were definitely top-notch. Our defense was just really good, so.
Yeah, so and like yourself, a lot of guys go on both sides of the football too, right? I mean, that's Iron Man football, and that's a long season for you guys. What was it, 15 games, I want to say?
Yeah, 15.
15 games, man. And then, J-Max, you might see him maybe down the road in Pac-12 play?
Yeah, we might be playing each other. Both on defense, so we won't.
Not head-to-head, but the teams could be playing each other. Definitely UCLA and Stanford. Well, Anson, congratulations on a great season. And, man, we'll see what Temecula Valley has in store next year, because Coach Esposito set the bars up here. But you told me, since you are the baby of the family, there's no more Pulsifers coming down the lines.
Yep, I'm the end at TV. So,
well, Anson, congratulations. Fantastic season for the Temecula Valley Golden Bears, and we appreciate you jumping on the show with us.
Thank you.
All right, that's Anson Pulsifer, star linebacker for Temecula Valley. When we come back, we're going to hoop it up with Arlington head coach John Seidel. We'll be back on the Inland Sports Show.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona. Mike's Fitness Equipment. Check out the new storeroom on La Cadena. Quality fitness equipment at affordable prices. Mike's Fitness Equipment. And JoJo's Grill-A-Dog, located in the Mountain Grove Shopping Center in Redlands. Let's be frank, not all dogs are created equal. JoJo's Grill-A-Dog.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. And we have customers that come in the store that It's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time. And then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Don't forget, there's 2 Spoiled locations now. I'm at the brand new one right off the 91 freeway at Arlington. You can spoil yourself. You can spoil your car. You come in here, 10 minutes, you're in and you're out. You're back on the road. Go check out Spoiled, local business, locally owned and operated. And they've got the location off the 215 freeway at Alessandro. And this one, the brand new one here, off of the 91 at Arlington.
I felt spoiled. It was great. I got in easy. I mean, the price was the best. The price is just helped me out. And what I really enjoyed about it is that they explained to me what was going on today. And I feel like when I walked out of here, I just felt so special. I said I had a new boyfriend. His name is Spoiled.
You got your flower.
And I got
Yeah.
Inland Sports.
In fact, we waited a long time, right? Remember back in the good old days, we'd have to wait on the computer, the BCS, and have the national rankings, like who would end up as number one. But now we get to settle it on the field. Now we got LSU against Clemson, and a quick shout out to Dave Aranda, who's the defensive coordinator for LSU. Hey. Redlands guy. Nice. Also, this is the good part, also the highest paid college football assistant in the nation. And speaking of defense, one of the all-time greats at Oregon, Troy Dye, a linebacker from Norco High School, led the Ducks in tackles the last several years. He's going to be a very high draft pick in the NFL. He's a local guy, so shout out to him winning the Rose Bowl last game.
That's awesome.
Despite it all.
I'm from Corona. I can
No, 40's right. A Centennial guy, a Norco guy, and Troy Dye. I get it.
Inland Sports. Welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio. It's the Inland Sports Show.
And welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio here at Teen Vision TV 16. This is the Inland Sports Show. My name is Pep Fernandez. Big thanks to Anson Pulsifer, star linebacker for Temecula Valley football, for joining us live in studio. So we'll be talking high school football on every single show, but now we're into the basketball season as well. We're talking a lot of CBU, UCR, high school hoops in this area, and we had a big-time milestone take place for Arlington head coach John Seydel, who's joining us live on the Inland Sports Show right now. Coach Seidel, congratulations first off on career win number 500. What does the number 500 mean to you, Coach?
Well, it means I'm getting old, that's for certain. It's been a long, fun run with these kids and staying at the one school the whole time, not bouncing around. It's been a good journey.
Yeah, I want to say you must really love Arlington, because not a lot of coaches will hang out at one school. Is it 30 seasons with the Lions? Is that right?
Yes, 30 seasons at Arlington. They were the first team, our first school to give me a chance to coach, and I stayed loyal to them.
So when you look back, does it feel like a blur? Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been 30 years? Or can you remember individual seasons along the way?
I remember some painful losses and a lot of good moments too, but yeah, it's kind of a blur. I remember when I, early in my career there, my 3 kids following me around campus like little baby ducklings, and now my oldest son's actually teaching there now. So yeah, it's been a blur. Well,
500 career wins, and you're going to be adding to that total because you got a pretty darn good team this year at Arlington High School. Are you excited about the prospects going forward now as we get into the teeth of league play?
Oh, yeah, our league's very balanced. and I love my team. They are great kids. They work hard. They step in, take charge, just kind of play the Arlington way, the way I like to play. They share the ball. They've got great attitudes. I just love my team. They're not the most talented, and we don't have very much height, but they play hard most of the time, and they're just great kids. I love them.
Well, Coach, 30 seasons at Arlington. There's probably been, like you said, a lot of big wins, a lot of moments you probably want to forget about. But how have you maybe changed as a coach throughout the years? Are you still doing things today that you did on day one when you stepped foot on Arlington High School's campus?
Actually, my practices stay basically the same, 40 minutes of defense, 25 minutes of shooting. We kind of have the same routine. The style of plays switched a little bit because when I first started, I had 6'10" center, Leaf Nelson, and 6'6" forwards. Now, the last couple of years, my center has been 5'8". So you got to change your style of play a little bit. But I still enjoy it. You just adjust to the talent you have.
Where'd all the tall guys go? You're a tall guy. You need some post players.
Yeah, no kidding. The funny thing is, our freshman class, we've got some 6'4" kids, 6'2" kids. So I think those guys are coming up. I just hope I stay around long enough to enjoy those tall guys.
Well, Coach, only a handful of coaches in Riverside County have that many wins, one of them being the great Mike Barty, who's still coaching, active coach, and the late Coach John Dahl. What do you think of that company, Coach Dahl and Coach Barty, to be in that lump of that group?
Well, I don't know if I'm there yet. Those guys are awesome. They're both great coaches, and, they're both good men. They believe in the same principles, discipline, teaching kids through sports. To even be considered with those guys is an honor. And there's a lot of other great coaches out there. Your Mark Guards, Chris Mafucci, guys like that do it the right way. And they may not rack up as many W's because their talent base isn't as good, but they still do a great job coaching.
Hey, Coach, going back to some of those, you said, there's certain moments along the way that you'll remember, certain wins and whatnot. What are those wins? Is there certain games, whether it was your first year or year number 30, are there certain games that kind of just stand out in your mind more so than other games?
Yeah, my first year, I think we tied for second place in league, and Corona High School was the second best team in the county, and we played them the second round of the playoffs, and we went over there and upset them in a really exciting game. Unfortunately, our reward for doing that was playing the number 10 ranked Mater Dei team, number 10 in the nation, and they spanked us pretty good, but that was a good start.
Because, Coach, so many, that's a lot of basketball, 30 years. You've seen a lot, you've coached a lot, and certainly you've had big wins along the way. But, when you look back on your career, I don't know, because you're still coaching, so you're probably focused on, your next game and, whatever's coming up in front of you. But do you take time to just pause a little bit and look back? Hitting 500 wins, was that a moment where you could kind of reflect on that milestone just a little bit, even though you're, like, right now in league season?
No, to me, number 500, like I said, it means I'm getting old, but it was special because I got to share it with this great group of kids that I have. And, it was kind of weird because all the kids knew, and it was like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. No one wanted to say anything, and the kids, a little bit nervous. And so we didn't really bring it up too much. And then finally, when I got it, and I wasn't even aware the kids knew about it, but as soon as we got that 500th win, Isaac Jones, one of my senior captains, finally got it for you, Coach, and gave me a big hug and a handshake. It was pretty neat. That was the first thing on his mind after we got to 500.
Well, that was my next question, Coach. Who was keeping track? Like, obviously, I was going to ask you, did you know? But I guess you didn't know, or the players were keeping track. The athletic director was keeping track because she contacted me a couple games before you got number 500 because she saw it on the horizon. But you weren't putting a lot of focus on that milestone. You were just worried about winning games. Yeah,
I wasn't keeping track of it at all, and then the soccer coach, Kevin Watson, a good friend of mine, he mentioned it, and he says, "Hey, coach, I know you're getting close. I know you're getting close. You got to give me the number." And so I kind of thought, let me go back and look a little bit, and then he says, "What's the number? What's the number? Is it 494?" And before the season, right before the season started, I said, "Well, I'll count him up for you," because he's in charge of doing some publicity for the school. So finally, I let it out, 488.
Well, if Coach Watson keeps winning, he might be at 500 someday too.
He's going to get there real soon if you get 30 at a time.
Well, Coach, congratulations. I hope you win 500 more. You could be at Arlington another 30 years.
I don't know about that. I think I've got 2 or 3 left in me at most.
Well, Coach,
I'll enjoy my
congratulations.
retirement.
Hey, whenever retirement comes, enjoy it. But for right now, you got a lot more basketball in you. You got a really good team this year. So best of luck the rest of the way, and congratulations on number 500.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you.
All right, that's head coach John Seidel from Arlington on career win number 500 for the Lions. Thanks, Coach. We appreciate the time. All right, that's Coach Seidel here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we're going to talk some wrestling. We had the Riverside County Championships actually at Arlington High School this past weekend, and one of the big winners from Canyon Springs, Caleb Trumbull, is going to join us live when we come back.
What's going on, guys? Boostman here at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. We're offering all Inland Sports listeners half off the month of January for all programs here at the Boost Performance Center. Come check us out. If you want to take advantage of this great offer, contact us now at 951-532-3903. Shoot us a text.
What's up, everybody? Don't forget, there's 2 Spoiled locations now. I'm at the brand new one right off the 91 freeway at Arlington. You can spoil yourself. You can spoil your car. You come in here, 10 minutes, you're in and you're out. You're back on the road. Go check out Spoiled, local business, locally owned and operated. And they've got the location off the 215 freeway at Alessandro. And this one, the brand new one here, half of the 91 at Arlington.
I felt spoiled. It was great. I got in easy. I mean, the price was the best. The price is just helped me out. And what I really enjoyed about it is that they explained to me what was going on today. And I feel like when I walked out of here, I just felt so special. I said I had a new boyfriend. His name is Spoiled.
You got your flower.
And I got the flower.
Welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio. It's the Inland Sports Show.
And welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio here for the Inland Sports Show, live and amplified at Teen Vision TV 16. My name is Pep Fernandez. We appreciate you tuning in, talking some wrestling tonight on the show, which leads us into our Mike's Fitness Equipment Athlete of the Week. And we're hitting the wrestling mat at the Riverside County Championship because it's the one and only Caleb Trumbull from Canyon Springs High School, your Riverside County champion at 145 pounds, MVP of the middleweights, pinning all 5 of his opponents, including the championship match, to take home the title. So our Mike's Fitness Equipment Athlete of the Week, that guy, Caleb Trumbull from Canyon Springs, your Riverside County champion at 145. And speaking of, joining us live on the show right now, the man himself, the county champion, Caleb Trumbull. Hey, Caleb, how does that sound, Riverside County champion?
Pretty good.
Hey, Caleb, first off, congratulations on winning the Riverside County Championship. I know it's obviously a huge deal. There's a lot of great wrestlers and wrestling programs here in Riverside County, but what's kind of your big goals this season?
I want to place at state. I'm trying to work hard to place at state.
I know,
That's
obviously.
my biggest goal.
Yeah, getting to the state championship is always a big deal for our local wrestlers, and we always do so well. And Canyon Springs, they've had some great wrestlers, a great program for years now. When you got to the Riverside County Championships, were you the guy that beat? At 145, were you the wrestler everyone was taking aim on, you think?
Probably, because I don't know. A lot of people, they're like coming up to me, and I don't know who they are. They're like talking to me, and then I don't know.
Does it make it tough though when you go into a tournament knowing that everyone's coming for you? Like when they see the brackets come out and they see the name Trumbull, like, okay, I got to bring my A game because if someone's got to knock this guy off, you're going to get the best effort from your opponent every single time you get on the mat, right?
Yeah, it makes it tough sometimes because some people just come off right off the bat. Yeah, sometimes it's tough, but it just really depends on who the wrestler is, who I'm wrestling, who I'm facing.
Well, Caleb, you pinned all 5 wrestlers en route to the championship at 145 pounds. You made it look easy, but I know it wasn't. Talk about winning all of those matches by way of pin to bring the title. Were you surprised?
I don't know. I was kind of nervous because I didn't know what to expect. I haven't wrestled like this for a while. So I like to say just go out there and just wrestle. So I just wrestled and just did what I know.
So you were also the MVP of the middleweights at the Riverside County Championships. How proud are you of that, to not only win your weight class at 145, but you're also the MVP of the middleweights?
It's pretty cool, but I'm not satisfied. I want to keep going, get higher.
When you're able to win tournaments, like you just said, you're not satisfied. Does it kind of fuel that hunger? Like, man, this feels really good. I wonder how far I can take this. Like, you've already won some tournaments. I'm sure your record's probably great. Your individual record's probably great this year. But does it kind of fuel you to be like, man, I want more? Like, the season's been going good so far, but I want more.
Yeah, it makes me want to work harder, feeling success. I just want to get better.
What is your overall record right now? What's your individual record?
It's 16-1.
And that one loss, that one guy, is there a chance you could see him down the road maybe en route to that state championship meet?
No, he went down a weight class.
Oh, see, you're good. You're golden. You're going to be good at 145. You'll cruise to the title. Hey, well, Caleb, congratulations. We appreciate you spending a couple minutes here on the Inland Sports Show. Congrats on that Riverside County Championship. And we're excited to follow you through all the way to hopefully Bakersfield in the state meet.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Caleb. We appreciate it. All right, that's Caleb Trumbull from Canyon Springs High School talking here on the Inland Sports Show. Riverside County champion at 145 pounds, the MVP of the middleweights, and again, another great Canyon Springs wrestler. Congrats to all of the local wrestlers who won county championships at Arlington High School this past weekend because, man, it was a great day of wrestling out there at Arlington. Going back to basketball, how about our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game this week? Oh yeah, we're going to hoop it up, and this is a real juicy one from the River Valley League. It is Hillcrest hosting Patriot. Not only is this a big-time River Valley League game, but you're also going to see two of the top basketball players in the Inland Empire going head-to-head, Gavin Kroll and Sebastian Mendoza. Gavin for Patriot, Sebastian for Hillcrest. Two great teams, two great players, and this has league title implications written all over it. That is tomorrow night, Patriot and Hillcrest. Thursday night in the Riv with River Valley League championship implications. Big time in this game. And I think, in fact, I just got a text message. I think our own Daryl Trujillo will be covering the game. So if you're out there, go tell Daryl hi. Say, I want some Inland Sports love out there at the big Hillcrest versus Patriot game. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we're going to talk some college basketball. California Baptist men, they're on the road at Bakersfield tonight trying to get their first road win in WAC play, coming up short against New Mexico State in their previous game. We're going to talk about that when we come back on the Inland Sports Show.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona. Mike's Fitness Equipment. Check out the new storeroom on La Cadena. Quality fitness equipment at affordable prices. Mike's Fitness Equipment. And JoJo's Grill-A-Dog, located in the Mountain Grove Shopping Center in Redlands. Let's be frank, not all dogs are created equal. JoJo's Grill-A-Dog.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. And we have customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
So with our school program, it's called BASS, the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. We've had our school for about 3 years now. We're going to be opening up enrollment for the 2020-2021 school year. And if you really want to get involved, it's all referral based. You either have to come speak with us directly, or if you know someone who's currently in the program. But it's a great program. It's all the meat and potatoes of just your rigorous academic program and a complete collegiate strength and speed development program as well. It's a real collegiate vibe. It challenges the kids. It's not an easy program by any means, but we've had a lot of growth with our student athletes as they move on to high school, whether they're going to a public school or private school. It's a program that really prepares you, not just academically, but physically for the next level.
What's up, everybody? Don't forget, there's 2 Spoiled locations now. I'm at the brand new one right off the 91 freeway at Arlington. You can spoil yourself. You can spoil your car. You come in here, 10 minutes, you're in and you're out. You're back on the road. Go check out Spoiled, local business, locally owned and operated. And they've got the location off the 215 freeway at Alessandro. And this one, the brand new one here, off of the 91 at Arlington.
I felt spoiled. It was great. I got in easy. I mean, the price was the best. The price is just helped me out. And what I really enjoyed about it is that they explained to me what was going on today. And I feel like when I walked out of here, I just felt so special. I said I had a new boyfriend. His name is Spoiled.
You got your flowers.
And I got flowers.
Welcome back to the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio. It's the Inland Sports Show.
And we're back at the Mike's Fitness Equipment Studio. I'm Pep Fernandez. It's the Inland Sports Show, and we're wrapping things up with some college basketball. Jeff Gorham on his way up to UC Davis with UC Riverside. The Highlanders trying to pick up a big win against the Aggies in Big West Conference play. Meanwhile, California Baptist men's basketball on the road at Cal State Bakersfield tonight in Western Athletic Conference play. And the Lancers, say it ain't so, but their 7-game win streak came to an end against defending WAC champion New Mexico State. The Aggies, New Mexico State, also the preseason favorite to win the WAC again this year. And if you remember back to last year, New Mexico State in the first round of the NCAA tournament shoulda, coulda beat Auburn. They lost to Auburn by 1. And basically, this same New Mexico State team is back. All the guys are back. I think 4 of the 5 starters, 9 of the returning players are back. So this is a very, very good team. CBU came a little bit short against New Mexico State, but they learned a lot, and they'll be ready to go tonight against the Roadrunners in Bakersfield. Here's head coach Rick Croy.
Inland Sports.
We told them they'd been passing all the quizzes. This was a midterm. What New Mexico State's about in terms of trying to put the ball in the post. And we were just a little fragile for too many stretches. So we'll have to get back to the film, get back to work, and make a move. Our goal, our number one goal for the whole season has been to get better every step of the way. So whether we have success or we suffer some adversity, can we keep making a move? We're a much better team than we were a month ago. We can use this to get better, and we got to be able to do that the entire season.
Inland Sports.
So the Lancers at Bakersfield tonight, then at Grand Canyon on Saturday in WAC play. And again, for UCR, on the road at UC Davis, that's tomorrow night, and then back home on Saturday to take on a very good Cal State Fullerton team. In fact, Fullerton beat UCLA this year, so that's going to be a big game for the Highlanders. But UCR off to their best start pretty much ever at the Division I level. So UCR and CBU both playing really well. Good college basketball here in the Riv. Big thanks to Johnny Nunez and the entire team at Teen Vision TV 16. My name is Pep Fernandez. We appreciate you tuning in. First show of 2020 in our studio, and it feels good to be back, everybody. It's going to be a big year for Inland Sports. We'll see you next time.